Hello, everybody, and we are back with the Paragon campaign. So, just a heads up, this is pre-recorded, so if you don't see us interacting with the whole chat and everything, that is why.
We won't be taking call-ins.
This was recorded on Saturday afternoon, so the day before this will go live. So the day before Father's Day, so we can go and spend our time with Daddy Dearest. And so yeah. So first things first. Andrew, do you have any announcements this time around?
Nope. No crazy announcements today.
Alrighty then. Only thing for me is just a quick shout out to our Patreon. You get a bunch of cool rewards for doing it, so check it out. The coolest one at the highest tier is definitely the permanent discount on all our merch, which you can get access to if you do that. And then the other thing you can get access to is certain Discord access to sometimes potentially be able to play games with either me, Andrew, or any of the other cast members that feel like hopping on there. So that is the thing. But that is pretty much everything. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and roll the intro. So, last time in the Paragon campaign, the Paragon had faced the entity known as Pugna, a brutal celestial or piece of one that is the embodiment of violence for survival. As it fought vigorously in this mindscape of its own creation. Eventually, though, after whittling it down, Cosmo stood face to face with the creature and laid down her axe and calmly sat before it. And with one final strike, it slammed its claws down next to her, but did not hit her. And in a moment of understanding, the creature turned and left. Cosmo feeling this sense of understanding that the creature has some understanding of it doesn't need to fight Cosmo to survive. After the confrontation, the party descended into this isolated oasis within the mindscape to return back to Cosmo's half of the psyche, to where one final memory was presented. In this memory, Cosmo's father had been caught trying to escape, and thus Egharod pit Cosmo and her father against each other, trying to incite Cosmo's blind rage. But before he could, Cosmo's father baited Egharod into the arena, and through some clever maneuvers, they were able to light a fire within the arena, leaving Cosmo to escape. Upon fleeing the memory and exiting this mindscape spell, the party needed time to recover. And so Amelia took some time to herself, and Cosmo went and was led by Artavan to a nice little spot to be able to calm down and recuperate. Artavan providing drinks. Conversations were had, and Amelia had reached out to this voice in her head. The voice offering advice to Amelia, explaining to her that Amelia does not have the luxury or time to fit her own fears into her schedule. Meanwhile, Wayne had reached out to Cosmo's father with a sending spell. Initially, the spell didn't work. It didn't go through, but with some effort, Wayne was able to push the spell through, with Cosmo's father responding in a sickly, tortured voice, but proud of his daughter's survival. So, the following day, the Paragon had breakfast together, calmed their nerves, and had a nice, pleasant morning of exchanging gifts, messing with each other, to brighten everybody's moods and spirits, and to allow Cosmo to work out her hangover. So, Paragon, as the midday sun towers over the small hamlet of Drifton, the hustle and bustle of the villagers already starting to do their work. Whatever that may be. The time is now yours. What are you doing?
My map, is it only of Alabast or is it of the whole continent?
It's only of Alabast. The Ruskalia map is a different map. So if you guys go into Ruskalia,
then we can get a map.
I have a Ruskalia map. Yep.
Okay.
Still working on the Hiroshal one, but you guys are far away, so I'm not worried.
Yes.
So while you guys are talking, I would definitely pull out my map and have it open on the table.
I can activate the Ruskalia map if that would help you.
Have I seen the Ruskalia map before?
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay, cool. Then yes, I'd appreciate it.
All right, let me go like this and throw the party on there. So you guys can see. So you're about right. Although I don't know why it's super scaled down. Squares are not supposed to be that big. Let me just check this.
My screen is black.
It hasn't put our tokens on it yet.
Reload it.
Oh, boy.
User Wayne lacks permission to update setting.
What?
I don't know. And then a bunch of codes. I haven't. It's the fog of war. I haven't seen it for myself, so I can't look at a map.
Mine's doing the same thing. So.
Yeah, we haven't unlocked this area yet.
I'm so glad we worked out all the technical.
I know.
I know, right?
All right.
It's all right. We can still talk about it.
You guys,
he's got
you guys see yet?
No.
No.
All right, then I'll just go like this, and I'll just put you guys like super far off the map, like down here. Whoop.
Oh,
Refresh. I see Wayne.
I saw a circle.
Yeah, I see Wayne. That's all I see.
Whoop.
Oh,
I can see everyone and a part of the map now.
I can see Bone Break Ridge.
Global illumination. Oh no, that's on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah,
okay.
Illumination.
That's okay. If you want to pull me up to the, if you want to go back to the Alabast map, I can still accomplish what I wanted to with the Alabast. Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
yeah, there it is.
Perfect. I see it now. Okay, so having the map out and like looking at the Alabast one, I'd be like, Cosmo, where did you say you were from again?
Oh, yeah. She'll just like crawl over and just point at Interitus. There. Oh, so way over as well. We have a lot of traveling to do.
Okay. So we have a couple of options that I was thinking of that we could take. One option, because we still have those two other jobs, and it would be helpful to gather supplies and money, because we don't know what we might encounter when we go into Ruskalia. So one option is we could still go through the Great Ravine and do that job at the mines to get those silver ingots, and then we could still clear the path by I forget what the city's called. The one right here.
Thornwald.
We could still clear the route by Thornwald and then make our way over. However, that would definitely add some time to our travel. Or we could head straight north from here, go through Ironroot Pass, head to Sanctuary, and then make our way up to Interitus from there. What are your guys' thoughts?
Well, as much as I would like to go straight there, it might be a good idea to have supplies and things, because it is a very unforgiving land, and we will need everything that we can get.
I suppose it's partly how rushed do we think we need to be? How quickly do we feel we need to go?
My father is very hurt. He's not okay.
So probably pretty quick.
That seems like it's a priority then.
He has been suffering like this for a long time. So if we really need, which I think we would need, supplies and things, I think he can hold on for a little longer. He's very stubborn, and I know him very well. He's not going to go down very easily, even if he's very hurt. I believe he can hold out until we get there if we take a little more time.
Do we know where he is, though? Do you know where he'd be?
I do
Then
not
in
know
all
where
honesty,
he is.
it's probably best we figure out where he is first. Because if we're traveling up north and he actually is south, that's actually counterproductive. So I think that should be a more priority over anything.
My guess is Egharod would have wanted to keep him close. Because how do you catch flies? You catch them with honey. So my guess is he has him close by, somewhere he can keep an eye on him and lure me in.
Which didn't he just take over the town of the other warlord?
He must have Bonebreak Ridge. That is definitely much closer, but I don't believe he would have moved my father. I think he would have kept him where he knows for a fact he can keep tabs on him. However, if we would like to, we can go to Bonebreak Ridge first and see if there's any chance that he might be there instead.
Really quick, where's Ruskalia? Is that one of the cities?
No, it's the country immediately to the west. You're on the border
That's
of it.
the name of the whole thing.
Of
Okay.
the country, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was Smolder Hill that he conquered. That was
And the
Sheriff
country-
domain.
Smolder Hill. Okay.
And the country
Okay.
is the
Right.
whole
Is Ruskalia.
continent.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the whole island of
Okay,
the
yeah.
continent, right?
No, it's the
No.
country to the
I
west.
was-
Relendwell is the continent.
I
Relendwell
was
is the
remembering
continent.
incorrectly.
Ruskalia is the country.
I was thinking of the Bone Breakers before when we.
Oh, the
first-
Bonebreakers are those hunter people.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking of Bone Breaker Ridge. My
Right.
bad. So Smolder Hill, not Bone Breaker Ridge.
Well, it's sort of on the way. Smolder Hill would be a good place to stop either way. And to sort of check out and get information.
Well, and didn't your teacher say she was going to be heading up that way?
Depends on if I remember or not.
She was going to be
Why?
heading up with some of the
Heading up to Sanctuary.
heading up the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Sanctuary.
That's where Vivi's family went too.
That's true.
Was it? When was that?
They were here in town, but then they left before we got here.
Oh, that's right.
They said that they were heading to sanctuary.
Almost forgot.
So I guess the question is, do we wish to do these jobs that we could do while we were here to get some of that supply and some cash and the like, or do we want to sort of head through Iron Root Pass now, go to Sanctuary, maybe head up to Smolder Hill and then cross over? I don't know how much supplies we are in need of.
Just to recap, the rewards for those jobs as well. The one at the mines offered 10 silver ingots along with a bonus reward determined after job completion. And the other one was a payment of 500 gold. Once the unidentified monsters were taken care of. To me, the silver ingot seems most interesting. I know silver has a lot of unique properties when applied to weapons and things like that.
Indeed. It would be very valuable, that is for sure, and I mean, I would love it. But is it worth our time right now? Is the question. I suppose, how are we feeling financially? Do you think we'll be fine financially, or do you think these supplies are necessary? I don't know what everyone thinks. I've always been sort of a bare minimum, bare bones kind of guy. lived off of what I have and just the clothes on my back, so I'm fine to just head straight there, even though, the silver bars is very tempting for my own personal thing, but still.
I have about 200 gold. Just over 200.
I'm inclined to agree with Ardavan. I think we should just travel to town, and that should take care of our needs. I don't know if we necessarily need to gather too many supplies. We just need to be able to get from place to place, and we'll be okay on the way. That's what we've been doing now. I don't know why we feel the need to gather more. And if it is of importance and you really feel strongly that we should go find your father Cosmo, then I think we should probably go. I don't think we need to wait.
Plus, the jobs that we had collected were sort of a way to give us a direction, and now we have a direction, and we can look for jobs that fall in line with it. Maybe from Sanctuary to Smolder Hill, or from here to Sanctuary. Things along those lines. Now that we actually have a direction to go, we can get jobs that actually benefit, a win-win scenario. But before, we just sort of didn't have much of a direction.
And it would cut our travel off by at least like 2-3 weeks, if not more, if we headed straight there.
I think we'd all feel. I think we all kind of would feel guilty if we didn't rush a little.
I'm okay heading straight to Sanctuary. I just wanted to weigh the options.
No, and that's why I asked. It's good to know the weights. I appreciate that you're smart and remember things. Do we want to tell the what's his face, the one that helped us with the ritual, about what we discovered?
Sherigor.
Do we wish to tell him about our what happened? Since we kind of cut off our the details because it was too soon. Do we think it's necessary to spill the details?
We can tell him where we're going. I can tell him about Paragon. But other than that, he doesn't need to know.
Very well. Then let us get ready and take our leave then. And yeah, Ardavan will go and thank his mother profusely and start gathering his things together.
Yeah,
You can tell like Ardavan has like an ache in his heart. He doesn't want to go, but he needs to go.
yeah, she'll help you. She'll help you pack up everything and like load it into the cart.
Cosmo would be lying if she said she wasn't a little bit jealous of his mom being able to hug him goodbye.
Oh, we put a sheet over your eyes so you didn't see.
just draped a shirt over my horns, just like oh. Yeah,
She's like a bald eagle. She'll go docile when her eyes are covered.
when her one eye is covered.
Yeah. That's how you end her rage early.
Yeah, she'll probably just go outside and like help gather things together and stuff. Oh, she'll also, well, maybe while everybody's putting stuff together, she'll go to Sherigor, because it'll only take a second.
Okay. So, as you go, you see Sherigor. He has a bit of a little setup of a chair kind of planted on the beach that he seems to be in. just staring out over, and you notice he's got a pipe in his mouth that he's smoking.
Mm-hmm. She'll walk up to him and just like look over the water as well for a minute. So, thank you for helping me.
I was simply paying back my lack of effort before. There is no room for thanks.
Well, I gave it anyway, so you might as well accept it. I met the being, Hagna. I mean, of course. How couldn't I? I went in there to find him in the first place.
Yes, I saw the blood from pouring from your mouth. You and your companions. Seems the little one didn't take too much heat, though.
No, he's always been very tactful. I will admit I am a little embarrassed. I did not figure out how to subdue Ragnar quicker, but in the end it was not violence. A fight that got him to stop. It was letting go of my fear.
That response is a fear response, so I guess that makes sense. I would have fought tooth and nail just out of habit.
That's basically what we did. But that was quickly apparent it was not the answer. What's important is we won. And I feel much better. I feel like I've accepted it. Come to terms with it. I admit, letting go of my fear is definitely a good feeling. But now some new personal events are taking us to Smolder Hill.
I would not recommend that. That is a death sentence.
So is going to Interpretus, but we're going there too.
And you see his face gets really grim. Cosmo. Egharod's army. He has thousands of people. You need an army yourself. You need allies. Strong as you are, you can't win against those numbers.
Unfortunately, you're right. Perhaps I can convince the other warlords to help us.
I'm not sure about the warlord the Grimfast, but the Bonebreakers, the Eagle Eyes, and the Red Brood all despise Egharod. Well, they're not too fond of each other, but you know what they say about the enemy of my enemy. Nobody hates Egharod more than the warlord of the Red Brood. Except maybe you, of course.
Maybe that's something that will help me be in his good graces. I hope in the end that even if we do gather armies, that it won't be necessary. I mean, of course, anyone wishes out of any war, but if I can get him alone. We all know his ego. We all know how much he loves high stakes. How much he would enjoy fighting me. If I can get him to fight me, perhaps that will stop his armies from ever needing to. Fight.
Maybe
Of
the
course.
armies, but there's also monsters under his command. I've seen these things, abominations, stitched together flesh.
He has any control over them. Hopefully we won't have to kill those either. I mean, I don't know if it would be a mercy to leave them or to kill them.
I would say kill them. As soon as you see what they look like, you ain't gonna like it.
I've seen many things I don't like the look of.
Ben. If you do decide to seek an audience with these other warlords, he goes, reaches into his shirt, pulls out this silver pendant with a with kind of like a skull carving into it, pulls it off and hands it to you. You can find the Red Brood in Willowfold.
Okay. Thank you. Again.
The alliances won't come free. But he kinda looks. Once I have recovered, I will regroup with my people in Sanctuary. I may arrive there after you, but I'm in the mood for some Interitus blood.
Your help will be greatly appreciated. No matter when you get there. Oh. Guess I'm going to start the bloody war.
Nah, he was the one that started it. You're gonna finish it.
I like that better. Well, I should let my friends know.
I'll be seeing you, Cosmo.
See you too. And she'll do a small Ruskalian salute and walk away. And then the second she's out of his sight, she'll bolt to her friends and be like, "Everybody stop what you're doing, listen to me now." We've had a major change in plans. We're gonna get the other warlords on our side, and we are going to finish this war.
You sound
Okay.
so excited about that.
Why? I mean, I can see where your thoughts are going, but why would you want to be involved in a war? That sounds... I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Make a real quick. Make a history check, Amelia.
Can I make one as well?
Boy.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
I got an 18.
18.
I got a 22.
Nice.
So you would both remember, you recall the details about what, the details about Smolder Hill, Egharod's invasion of that. And like a bolt of lightning, you remember the history books of the Mountain Breaker. As it seems Egharod is using the same path, the same tactics, with the same weapon. Almost as if it is the second coming of the Mountain Breaker. And you recall, he did not stop until he was killed. He conquered all of Ruskalia and half of Alabast before the now Queen Sunrunner killed him in battle.
Meanwhile, Cosmo's like, I get what you're saying. However, Egharod has his own army. He overtook Smolder Hill. He will not go down without a fight, and he will use everything in his power, under his command, to get rid of us. He has abominations, things that are freaks of nature, stitched together of flesh. We need allies. We need an army of our own, otherwise we will not be able to get him, to defeat him. What we need to do is gather all the warlords that we can, that hate him as much as I do, which there are a few of them. And we need to have all of us come together to end this war. Because if I know anything about Egharod, is that he will not stop until he gets what he wants. Which I'm guessing is absolutely everything.
And a bolt of recollection hits you all of Belton Free Hollow's sales papers. Massive amounts of weapons, artillery, and creatures made by the Mortician himself being sent to Egharod. A deal concocted through a devil.
So, there are two ideas have just entered my mind. First and foremost, perhaps instead of heading north to Sanctuary, what if we head south first and we go to Bonebreak Ridge and then make our way up north from there, if you wanted to talk to the different people?
There is also a warlord currently in Willowfold. That's across the lake.
Willowfold. But we could head to Bonebreak Ridge and then head north from there to Willowfold and then head to Eagle's Roost from there.
That's what I was thinking.
But one other thought.
There's also Grimfast.
Grimfast on there. I'll say Meta. Agree. He said Grimfast was was a bad one.
Oh,
Wayne
yeah,
wouldn't know that, but Andrew knows that. I have it written down as that.
Scratch that. Rewind. Use the chronal shift.
But the other thought that I'm thinking of Egharod and the steps he's taking, it reminds me of the stories of the Mountain Breaker, the evil warlord who tried to take over the continent years ago. And it took the Queen of Alabast to stop him. What if anyone would be interested in stopping someone like him, I'm pretty sure she herself would have an interest. Now that Cromwell is an inspector, he's in closer cohorts with her. Perhaps he could sway some influence. I could send him a couple messages.
Yes. I think that's a brilliant idea. The more people we can get on our side, the better. Because we need to deal with this swiftly and with as much manpower as we can get.
I want to do whatever you want to do. I will just try my best to give good ideas.
And I want to end this, and your ideas will help in doing that. So I like the idea of sending a message to Cromwell while we're doing our own travel to all the different warlords. Sherigor said we will not be able to gain their alliance without paying a price. Hopefully, Egharod is price enough, but I do not know what they would want from us if not that. So, I would suggest just being prepared for anything really. Because I don't know all them personally. I've seen them before at some of them before. So I know at least what they look like, but
This is a lot to take in as a potential, path to follow. Getting involved, in fact, taking charge of a war front is a big commitment. And it's going to have a lot of unknown variables, a lot of real threat, uncertainties, and you're going to be involved with a lot of people that are not exactly easy to escape.
Plus, does anyone have any experience of taking charge at a war front?
no. But I have fought people for nearly my entire life. I think I'm ready to do whatever it takes. This needs to end.
I mean,
And-
even if we don't take charge, if we convince them to take charge, that will occupy his armies enough that we could potentially sneak in and get
Mhm.
Cosmo's father.
Exactly. Infiltrate.
Because that was the thought that was worrying me: is how do we get in?
Just have them distract his bosses. We get in, get my father, and I get him.
But Artavan, you're usually a lot more adept at battle planning, laying out the situation. I like thinking ideas, but you're much better when it comes to this kind of planning. What are your thoughts?
Oh boy. I think there's more than one way we can go about this. And I've done battlefield stratagem and everything, but Warfront is kind of a daunting task. But again, there are more than one ways to go about doing this, because first and foremost, it's more about saving your father. And, achieving revenge at the same time is, a bonus to that if we can accomplish. I mean, my mind scatters around, like, what if once we go over there and get to know a little bit more of the situation, we can put on like a looking for master spy for a mission and we pool our money together. Like, look, see if so-and-so is here.
Oh, you got muted.
Sorry, I went outside for a sec. I was walking and talking, and you guys didn't follow. It was really awkward. Anime. I've seen anime. We could probably take the armies on ourselves, but anyway, no. There's a lot of ways that we could potentially go about this. My concerns are more in the fact that the people that we've been running from, hiding from, that have been hunting us, deeply ingrained and rooted into this whole situation, this whole army, this whole war. And so by sort of becoming key players and instigators of a revolution, of a revolt, is very much putting, the targets back on our backs, potentially, and causing us to be in that great danger. I do think that we should do something, but I think we should do the right thing, because it is going to be dangerous for us if we aren't careful. And then, by proxy, our loved ones. Because our enemies are very likely the ones who will do their research and hit our weak points. So I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I'm saying we should be careful and smart and, consider the many different options. That we should do something.
I think we will not be the only ones with targets on our backs, as you have seen with the fall of Smolder Hill. Sherigor is not the only one that despises Egharod. The warlords that we are going to be visiting do hate him as much as I do. So, it would be in our best interest to employ their help, because clearly they do not want to do anything right now. And I feel like if they do not come together now, accept or at least tolerate their differences, then they will all fall. And that is something they can come together on. It is a combined risk. It is not just us. It's the entirety of Ruskalia, perhaps Alabast. Who knows how far he wants to go? It's something we need to take action on. Whether it's immediately or after we've done some proper planning. And he has half of my family already. And I don't think my father can be in any more danger than that.
And BB and Amelia, what do you think?
I'm with Cosmo. I'll go where she goes.
I know I cannot. I can't change your mind. And I don't think I would want to. I know this is something very much set in your heart to accomplish. If it were purely my decision, I would say no. I do not see a need to enter a war, to needlessly put myself in danger when my goals go beyond myself. Though you all have been very kind, and you have helped me in many ways. So while I will continue to be the opposition in this moment, I will continue to follow you. I will continue to heed the directions you wish to go, because I do want to help you each accomplish your own personal goals. I understand I have a more broad lifetime, so you probably feel a more strong urgency to get things done quickly than I do. But I do wish to warn you, if at any moment I feel I am in danger of perishing, I will leave you all. And it will break my heart, and I will always remember. But the things I wish to do go beyond myself. And I don't know what else other words I can say.
I think there'd be a bit of comfort in Artavan's eyes in the idea of Amelia like surviving if things go bad. It's that whole. I think he's grown to this like idea that living is more important than than anything. And so he's got like this hope of like, if I'm going to perish, everyone else please run. So like it's kind of this personality trait he's got. So he's got a little bit of comfort with that, and we'll just kind of say we will try and do our best to be careful for all of our sakes, our family's sakes, for your father's sake. And I think your voice of reason is going to be very helpful for us. And so, please continue to be it and to shed some logical perspective on what's about to befall us. And we'll do our best to keep each other safe. I do think that our path takes us to, looking at the map again, like Bonebreak Ridge. And we'll figure out the details along the way. I'm a little unsure what to think of our immediate future. But I do feel confident that it is what we must do. At least it is the path that we must walk. And then hopefully fate will guide us to where we're supposed to be, and will guide us until we are successful.
I do want to add, I won't just abandon you out of the blue. I promise I will put my heart and soul into helping in any way I can. I do want us to choose the least dangerous path, the one that does not put a target on our heads, the one that does not immediately have us guiding and leading armies and groups into the middle of a battlefield. I would much rather find other people to do that, and we sneak in and we get your father, we get Egharod. I don't think we need to destroy. I don't think it is not fair to yourself or to others to suggest that we take everything on our shoulders. It shouldn't be us alone, and we shouldn't have the burden of gathering these warlords and putting them together. I think it's fine if we send messages, we let people know things, but a war isn't won alone through fighting. It is won through strategy. It is won through connection. And I think we can play a role in that, and it is still quite dangerous, but I would prefer that sort of a role over one you've suggested.
The way that Erica, thank you for putting it this way. The way that Cosmo put it as well, it seems that the tensions are starting to really build up. And so all the warlords really need is someone to pull that trigger, to ignite that one spark and see a combustion.
Push them in the right direction.
A domino piece, really fun game I used to play. These domino pieces fall, and they just need that one little ignition, one little moment. And that's what we're going to hope for. If we can
That is what I intended in the first place. I did not intend to lead this war. I just wanted to gather them so they could defend their homes and we could go in and fight. I'm not doing this. And she's gonna walk out.
All right. So anything else anyone wants to do? We're not doing it? Sorry.
I don't think we should continue the conversation until Cosmo is ready to talk about it.
And just getting the last little bits of getting ready to go. And I think Ardavon's going to go and like say his farewells to his brother and sister and the rest of the families and just kind of wrap things up and be ready to leave.
Yeah, I'll just go get ready to go.
heading south.
Okay.
Wayne's going to be drawing potential routes and stuff on his maps.
So we're backtracking. We were headed north, but we're now
Going to go
backtracking
south
to the
and
north,
around.
to the southwest.
Yeah, follow
Yes.
the lake pretty much and go from there.
Right.
So it's not complete backtracking, but it is going.
Yeah. It's like this and then down like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've made a little wave.
And so it takes you a little while to get fully packed up, but as you guys kind of near the finish of it, Artavan, your family kind of approaches all to kind of see you off. And Artavan, Thanos, your father, will kind of step up with his limp. Seems to me you're going headlong into danger.
Just like always.
I may have been dishonorably discharged, but I still have some respect. Let's see if I can cash in on that.
I would like that. Thank you.
And he'll give you just a solid, like,
Yeah,
pat on the shoulder.
The soldier hug.
Yeah. And kind of after that, Mom will step up, oh, my sweet baby, and like pull you into a hug and like do like the rocking hug kind of a thing. He's like, all right,
I just smile at that.
I packed you all lunches.
Thank you, Mom. I'll promise to return back again, and hopefully with some better news, or with some more good news.
And your brother's just like, hey, bring me a souvenir, will you?
Well, if everything goes according to plan, that souvenir will be a new arm, so we'll see. If
take
not,
it.
then I'm sure like a cool-looking purple dagger or something will do.
I'll take
I'll see
the
what I
arm.
find off the side of it. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling.
And Jazzy kind of goes and gives you a hug as well.
I keep training hard.
Always harder than you, that's for sure.
Probably at this point, yeah. A little like head pet thing, mess up her hair a little bit. All right.
And
Farewell.
finally you board the carriage. You saddle up and attach Butte the Brute. And you begin your journey along the coastline.
I think just really quick, as we're like leaving this town, Amelia will just lean to Artavan and just say, I'm sorry you couldn't stay with your family a bit longer.
It does ache my heart to leave already. In a ideal world, or if I could have everything that I could ever want, it'd be to never leave again. Would head straight to that mountain, get my brother that arm, and redeem my people as quick as possible. But I appreciate it. It is a well, a struggle to be so close and yet never be able to stay. To feel almost like a stranger at the one place that's truly home. But perhaps just for now, I'm not lucky like you to be able to have a long life. You can't simply just return in decades' time and feel at peace. Life is short for me. For all adventurers, mostly.
I would just ensure that you're doing what you want to then, to make your life worth it.
All of you here, all of these people, all of this group certainly gives me a sense of purpose, a sense of drive and belonging. So I'm not without a home. But I am doing what I think is the right thing to do. It's just going to be fun to see what exactly that is. I just know it's in that direction. So, I believe in fate. I believe in certain opportunities. I'm not sure if I'm, religious per se, but I believe if there is something, they'll watch over. I think we will be successful in what we do. I don't know, there's some peace I have. Hard to explain. But I do appreciate your concern. It is, well, I'd be lying if my heart wasn't in pain right now.
She'll just stay silent, but she'll, pat your arm. And then probably just slowly go back to what she was doing.
So, eventually, with the treads keeping you atop the gravel beaches, staying on the coastline.
There's one thing I do need to do before we leave the city. It has to be before we leave the city. So I was basically, after our conversation, I was writing up a letter, like a detailed report of the information we learned. And then basically it's a letter to Cromwell. Just kind of going over, hey, this is everything here. This could be potentially big. We might need some help if they want to gather in Sanctuary. We might need some help in the coming weeks or months. But I would basically, as I get information, I would update him on it. But I want to send him a sending spell as well. Can I do that real quick? Okay, cool. Okay. So basically, I just send a message to him that says, "This is Wayne, heading to Bonebreakers and Ruskalia for potential allies. Egharod of Enteridus is like Mountain Breaker, army spreading. Full details sent to Ashwindel." Because I know that he can get to Ashwindel very quickly, because he's done it before. And then, basically, before we head out, I just want to stop one of the army, or the Sky Dancers. And I would just say, "This is for Inspector Cromwell. He's expecting this in Ashwindel. I would deliver it myself, but I don't think I can. If I gave you some gold, is there any way you could make sure that it gets sent?"
He nods and yeah, I can take care of that.
Thank you. So I'll just give him 2 gold to cover the cost of it.
Wait, where's Wayne? I think we left him.
Wayne, you see the carriage leaving the town.
Yeah, I'm yours.
We have a +1 that looks Wayne-ish.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like half,
That's some random
Yeah.
guy.
it's like almost a quarter mile down the beach, and the people inside the carriage assume Wayne is on the outside, and the people on the outside assume Wayne's on the inside.
Do I not have thaumaturgy? Oh, let's see. Do I have? No, I don't have the.
You know what? You just gotta start running.
either.
You gotta
Yeah.
dash.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just dash after it, and then eventually, when I get closer, I'll cast my earring of message to whoever's driving.
I don't know why, Amelia, but I feel like sprinting really fast right now.
I'm
feel this
using my
wind.
whip to crack on.
Yeah.
Unmute.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yep.
And so, as Wayne sprints to catch up with the carriage, Wayne sprints to catch up with the carriage. In the view behind, you see Drifted slowly fade.
Oh.
And that is where we are going to go to break.
Probably good call.
I'm still
Yep.
here.
Faded away.
Well,
He slowly
Cosplaying
faded.
as Drifting.
yep. Well, we are going to go to break. So for player reference, feels weird doing it this early. Be back at about 5:05, and we'll just pick right off on that. Pick right up on that first day of travel. And we are back. So, unfortunately, we have lost Jeremy. His computer is, like, completely dying like my old one did a couple years ago. And so, like, he is physically unable to rejoin.
I'm pretty sure I can fix it. It's just, it's not a quick and easy fix.
Yeah, it'll take
I'd
several
have to go
hours.
in and replace all the thermal paste and potentially replace the power supply and everything if I can get the graphics card working again. But so yeah, he might have to sit out for the rest of this one.
But, so, for this first day of travel, go here. I'll just leave that up for now. We have Andrew's phone as our stand-in, so all the cameras are the correct size. So, first day
Is
of
there any way to go
travel.
across the lake? Is like Artaban,
In a
would you know,
wagon?
is there like a boat person or something? I don't know.
A ferry.
You
I
had
can make one real quick.
You had a bunch of fishing boats, but not any large boats.
Carriage is made of wood. And it's a salt lake.
We really need to get me
We'll
frostwalk
probably
boots,
float.
guys. That would be so cool. I just realized.
So
I
with
would love a
your-
magic
with
item.
Your current route,
Oh my gosh.
it's gonna take about 2 weeks to get there.
Oh boy.
So, day 1. I need somebody to roll a dice smaller than a d20 for me.
I will roll a d8. That is a 5.
5 on a d8. Alrighty. So, on this first day of travel, seems uneventful. You guys are following right along the shoreline, right? Basically along the beach.
Up until it's inconvenient, yeah.
Okay. So, as you are treading along, the treads of the carriage, as opposed to the standard wheels, are working wonders with this terrain. In fact, this is probably the smoothest ride you've had all throughout Alabas, except for maybe possibly the Saltlands itself.
Nice.
It's technically a beach, so we're like slightly slanted, and it's kind of throwing our.
It's
Balance
pretty
off,
shallow
but it's-
for a ways out, but yeah. It's shallow for a few dozen feet before it starts getting real deep. And at the part that you're at, the water is kind of still murky, hard to see into, just due to all the sulfur that is being put into it. As you see, you know, certain pillars of steam shooting out of the water, some bits of the water bubbling a little bit. And this first day passes uneventfully, unless you would all like to do something. Landed on a freebie.
I do at nighttime.
Okay. And like we've established, it's easy enough to sleep in the carriage and everything. Yeah, sleeping in
And
the
now
carriage.
I've finally caught up to you. Not kidding.
Yep.
We're being followed.
Right. So, before we go to the nighttime, is there anything that anybody would like to do during the day? Or is this just a solemn day of travel?
Artavan's just thinking of all the possibilities in his head, strategies and options and things, trying not to forget or miss anything going into it.
Yeah, Cosmo's just sitting up front and looking at the scenery.
All right. So, as you stop for the first day, there's no real large landmarks in the immediate area to like hide behind or anything like that. It's kind of open terrain where you're at. And so best case, you kind of just stop the carriage to rest for the night. And as you do, the steam rising from the lake begins to condense and fall into a gentle rainfall. As it does so often on this coastline. A stark difference from the eastern half of Alabasta, or the majority of the rest of Alabast, to things like the salt lens and things of that nature. As storm clouds begin to form overhead, thunder and lightning crashing, illuminating the lake. Amelia, you said you wanted to do something.
Well, it might be too crowded. Because I was gonna try and have a little thing with Cosmo, but I want to see first what Cosmo's like. Your aura. I want to see how you feel, like if you're open to discussion or if you're still thinking or still upset or whatever.
The short answer is no.
Okay.
She's not like this. If she were like this all the time, I feel like a lot more people would be intimidated by her. She's not like herself right now. She's just very quiet. Her face is very stern. It's almost like how she is when she's blank raging, but you can just see a lot of emotion just churning in her eye.
All right. She's not going to do what she's going to do. She's just going to look over at Cosmo, see that she's not up for a conversation, and she's going to let her cool off a little more. And so she'll just continue to research and do her notes and
play with the little gravity rock for a bit.
I feel like we've done everything we can with that. That's now just kind of.
But it's still a floating rock that you can play with.
I think I do want to ask Amelia a question.
Okay.
Amelia, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I didn't think what you said earlier would affect me, because it what you said, it makes perfect sense in my mind. But I can't help but feel a little strange about it. Do you want to be here?
That is an interesting question.
You said that you would leave, and once again, it makes sense. I understand what you're saying, but it also hurt a little bit.
I understand how it could hurt. I do want to be here. I know. I just think the way I view my life and the way you view your life is potentially different in the fact that How long do you think you will live, Wayne? How many years?
70 if I'm lucky.
I'm hoping to multiply that by 100 for myself. I have a very important goal that will affect, I hope, generations 7 centuries from now. Hopefully earlier, but it might take that long. And there are people who are not even alive who I want to change their lives. And I think to do so, I need to see the world, experience it, know how you all live. This urgency, I never felt it in my life. I've lived with 2 fathers, both elven, who had no hurry and could take all the time in the world. And it is very strange to me that you all feel the need to make decisions at the drop of a hat. But I'm starting to understand that that is sort of part of having a short lifespan. It's because you don't have time. You can't sit for a decade and just learn something or experience life. Because a lot happens in 10 years for you. So you're all, I do want to be here. You guys are teaching me how people are. And the things that matter, the things that you care about. And those seem to be the things that drive your desires. I hope that made some sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
You want any follow-up questions? Because you are very fond of those.
What is your goal, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. So when I was really little, probably your age, I went to a neighboring town. And there were so many people that didn't have homes. And they looked hungry. And it confused me because I grew up in it's massive, it's large, and I had everything I wanted, and I didn't understand how people couldn't have anything. And as I got older and curious, I realized some of it was their fault, but some of it wasn't. And sometimes all people need is a little help. Some people just need money, but not just that, they need guidance, and they need someone to be the one who's willing to help them. And when I told this to my father and my papa, they thought it was admirable, thought it was a great goal, but quickly helped me realize that I would have to fight a culture and a society and the way of life. Because most of you see someone hungry and you have to leave them alone, because if you help the one, then you have to help another. Before you know it, you have nothing else to give. And then it gets complicated, I think, after that. And so I have to fight a system. And I think that will take centuries to do. But it's all so that people have a chance and an opportunity to have a normal, good life.
Well, kind of like I've said with Artavan and his home, Cosmo and her dad, and Dante and Marcus. If there's any way I can help, I would love to.
I think if you just continue being you, the experiences I'm having now with all of you, I'm hoping will stick into my heart and carry on into the future decades. I don't need much more than that.
Now, would you mind passing over the rock? It's my turn.
He just bops it.
Thank you.
As it just floats on over. But the the day comes, the storm persists. Thunder and lightning. It's still pretty bright out. It's not really affecting your vision at all. The sun is blaring through these clouds, but there's still a bit of thunder and lightning going with some heavy rain. So, next day of travel, we'll move you to this spot for audience reference. They went from here to here. And yes, you can travel on this spot. There's a bit of land you can travel through here, so you don't have to go all the way over here.
Nice.
So yeah, you can go straight down and then kind of cut across, and then basically once, just let me know when you guys leave the coastline, and I'll be asking you what spot you're moving to next.
Mm-hmm.
But as the storm kind of rages on overhead, I need somebody to roll a or roll a dice smaller than a d20 for me, please.
I'll do it. I'll do d12.
D12.
5.
Another 5.
5 on the d12. Okay.
A massive black dragon.
No, I'm not that mean.
I
A
think
massive
broken
white
wheel
dragon. You're not Dylan. You might actually succeed the con saves if I throw a white dragon at you. So
It's true.
Well, plot twist. It's an albino black dragon.
oh no. All right.
Shoots out white acid.
So 5. You're technically in the Lake Avalis regions. Let me go here. Let's check.
dear.
It's so bright. Okay. Whew. So, on your as you're going along, you see a small rowboat on the beach, which with what looks like a campsite next to it. The rowboat is flipped over. The campfire site looks to be completely soaked through. And there seem to be boxes, food, and clothes just strewn about all over the ground.
That's suspicious. That's weird. Oh boy.
How far away is the rowboat from us?
You guys have pretty far sight line, so I would say as soon as it comes on the horizon, you can see it from pretty far away. Yeah. Even though it's raining and storming, the vision is near perfect.
After all of our experiences on the road, I'm going to preemptively cast Mage Armor on myself.
Do you guys feel the need to go explore over there?
I'm curious.
You need to stretch your legs. Might be a good time.
I wonder if someone got lost with the storm.
I feel like if he's smart, he'd be underneath the rowboat, blocking out. Is it raining still?
Oh yeah.
It's blocking out the rain, right? So being underneath, it's pretty smart, I think.
All right, let's go check. Pulling to a stop and hopping down, giving a big stretch, rubbing his butt. It's all achy and sore. All right.
I'll walk up with you.
All right.
Anybody home?
Hello? You hear muffled from under the rowboat.
So help me if it's that demon gnome. Or his twin brother. Is all well?
I might be in a bit of a spot of bother.
Are you stuck?
Yes.
You're not trying to summon anything, are you?
What?
Okay, I don't think it's him.
Alright, no, he replied cognitively. Alright, okay. You wanna help me a little bit, Wayne?
I'll try to, but it's more a show than anything else.
Oh yeah, I know, it's out of courtesy. It's a manly courtesy thing. I'm asking her aid, but I'm doing it.
Are they 30 feet away? Or further?
It depends on how close they parked.
I parked around 30 feet away.
Okay.
Okay, I can use my telekinetic shove then to kind of try and make a little horizontal force so that they just have to lift up.
So.
Oh, that would jump scare.
So
Ambush.
as you're lifting it, so it's Cosmo and Artavan lifting it with the telekinetic
Wait.
shove.
It's
Cosmo.
Wayne
Is
and
Cosmo, is
Artavan.
Cosmo with us, or is Cosmo still in the cart?
Well, she was on the cart, but seeing them try to lift the boat, she'll probably come over and help.
Yeah,
So-
I'm seeing. Yeah.
Yeah. So with all of you helping at once, it's easy enough to move. But this boat is way heavier than it should be. It's way heavier than the ones that use and drift in. And it's made of like this
Hard to
really
get lighter than the drifting boats.
yeah, it is these. It's made of this really dark, thick, like dark chocolate colored wood, not covered.
Yummy.
You do love chocolate.
And so, you know, you're used to being able to, you know, casually toss a boat out into the lake with one hand. And this actually requires you to put your back into it. And as you lift this boat, you are met with a scattering of bones. You see just like random assorted bones with a skull half buried in the gravel.
It looks famished.
Yeah, it has been a bit since I've had to eat, as the skull speaks.
Okay, fighting
What
back
the-
urges to step on it.
Yeah, I am definitely shocked.
Wayne, explain.
Hey, he's dead.
Quite the keen eye you got there.
What, How?
Well, you see, I was fishing, and then I heard this like gurgle, and then suddenly I was thrown out of the water, and then I just crash landed with the boat on top of me, and then I was stuck underneath.
How are you still talking?
Oh, right. No, I was a skeleton before I got thrown out of the water.
Are you able to move or put yourself together? Do we need to pull the rest of you out? Like, what's the process?
I might need help reassembling. There's some of my bits are buried around.
And yeah,
Not
just
really sure where. Hopefully not too much is washed out with the tide. I think I've been here like maybe 3, 4, 5 days.
Cosmo's gonna start looking through the beach, combing the beach for bones.
Make an investigation or perception check.
Right, like I guess we're doing this. I mean, this is fascinating.
So what's your name?
Thomas?
And how long have you been dead?
Ooh, about a decade or so. Well, decade or so undead.
How can you talk?
With my mouth and my jaw.
But how originally did you become a skeleton?
Oh, the good lady made me. Yeah, she sent
Who's
me
the
out
good
to
lady?
fish. Ah, you don't know the good lady? You know, Lady Jane Devant.
Are you able to see, smell anything like the?
Oh yeah.
Are those?
I got 17.
17. You managed to find his femur.
Yeah. She'll just,
Inappropriate. Don't touch it.
she'll,
And
she'll take it, bring it
Who's
back.
Jane Devant?
Ah, yeah, she's a good lady. Yeah, she's a bit, kind of like the boss.
And what was your name again?
Thomas.
Named Thomas.
That's the name
We
the
found
lady
a-
gave me.
Like going like to Amelia and Vivi as an NPC. We found a talking skeleton. If you want to come say hello, he needs help finding it. I don't. You might want to see it, experience and all that.
Amelia
Oh
like
my
looks
gosh.
cautiously out at the rain. Sure, just a moment. I think she can change her outfit to be like a rain outfit.
Oh yeah, you could change it to be like anything. Yeah.
It's got like little rain boots and everything. It's got a little hood, and she'll come out.
Little poncho.
And a little poncho, cute. Wait, are we looking for anything, or is this just a sightseeing thing?
My bits. As you see the
I don't-
skull.
Interesting. Have you tried picking him up yet?
Yeah. Well,
No, not yet.
I'll use Okay, I don't know if it because I'm telekinetic. Does that like give me the telekinesis feat? Because it allows me to like pick things up with my mind, right? If I want to, or is that just objects?
It's like a mage hand.
It's like
Basically a
a
mage hand. So if it's 10 pounds or lighter, then you can.
Oh, I'll try to pick him up. Skeleton, maybe at least the head isn't at least is 10 pounds maybe.
Yep. And with that, the skull pops free. Oh, that's much better. Who did that?
I might be able to do more than that actually because does it double it or is it just the distance I can do it at?
I think it's distance and it's invisible.
That's
it's
right.
invisible and it's up to 60 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So we're just. You want to get your body back together? Is that what's happening right now?
Oh, that'd be quite nice, yeah. But I mean, if you ain't got the time, I could wait for the next folk to come around.
Well, unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately for you, these people probably won't leave until we do, so...
I found a hand!
Oh, good show, mate.
I don't know. I'm just.
Aldevan, why don't you try and find parts of his body?
I am. I think that's a rock.
That's all you got to do.
Is this a bone?
That's a fish bone.
Definitely a first for me, but okay. He seems like a nice guy. I'm just gonna. Is that a bone?
So, eventually, after taking some time to solve this jigsaw puzzle, find all the things, just like weighing your knowledge of anatomy allows you to reassemble him with a majority of the bones. There's a few ribs missing, and so it should be. And then, kind of as you do it, you see this magical red light just pass through all the bones, as if like reconnecting him, and he just sits right up. Oh, that's much better. Oh. Well, back to it, and you see he gets up and starts looking for his fishing supplies.
And I know none of you have watched One Piece, but I'm like Luffy right now. Like, join my crew. Like, to Brooke. Okay.
All right.
Can we
well,
keep him?
No. He has a job already. We can't take that away from him.
Oh, you know what? I could give you a reward for being so nice. And he goes in, and he goes up to this crate, opens it up, and as he pulls it out, he pulls out this fishing pole with some carvings on it. He's like, right, this thing ain't really good for me, so there you go. And he hands it over.
A fishing pole with carvings on it.
Vivi, can you figure out if this is anything special?
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. And so Vivi will cast Identify. It is a fishing pole that allows you to, the one thing I noticed is rather than fishing wire and a hook, the spool seems to be made of vines. That comes out. And the fishing pole allows you to cast Thorn Whip at will.
Yo.
It's Minecraft!
Allows you to cast.
Also pixelated.
It's in
Yeah.
pixel form.
Yeah. So yeah, it allows you to cast Thorn Whip at will. So you just.
So isn't that a cantrip?
Yes.
Okay.
Although the range is 60 feet instead of 30.
Ooh.
Perhaps we
have
should
it.
give it to
10
one
feet.
of our non-magical folks, since it allows them to cast something magical.
I imagine Vivi is right up his alley. I mean, I could make use of it. But I still don't even know what's happening.
Or you could just share it. Or I could keep it. I'm fine with that.
Give it to Butte the Brute.
What if every day we all play a game of Boulder Parchment Shears, and whoever wins gets to hold it?
That being said, I don't have any magic items yet. You all have magic items, and I don't have any. But I don't know if I would use it too much. And he'll hand it over to Vivi.
Don't worry, Wayne. I'll share it with you whenever you want. I'm making this promise in place of the player and I will hold him to it.
Who's the player?
Sometimes I feel like there's this handsome man that just controls every action I do.
Interesting you say that, because sometimes I feel like I'm a little pawn on like a flat board. And it's very weird sometimes.
Me too.
I feel like I have indigestion. I need to go sit down.
So you see, as he does that, he just loads up his crate and then, with some difficulty, pushes the boat back into the water, scrambles into it, and then you just see him just standing awkwardly as the boat just drifts out into the lake. As the skull turns around, looks at you, the arm.
All right, everyone, gather. I'm going to get rid of the water, and I'll just prestidigitate you all dry.
Yeah, before you get back into the cart.
I'll warm every. Well, is it warm rain? I guess that.
Oh yeah,
probably
it
be-
is very warm.
Okay, yeah, we'll be fine then. Just with getting dry.
Well, that happened.
I'm so happy you landed on
Onward.
that one. I was like,
Oh my
I
If I
have,
get an 8 on a D12, then maybe we'll find another
yeah, I just,
random.
There seems to be a lot of,
skeleton.
potential necromancers in the area. We saw that one who died by the weird acided monsters that we killed, and then now one who summons skeletons. 2 fish.
1 stone.
I would love to meet meet Lady Jane Devant.
I was just thinking the same thing, man. She sounds like a looker.
so, unless you guys would like to do anything into the day, we can move on to the night or the next day if you guys want to just skip ahead. It is your call.
Every night I am looking at Cosmo, and I am determining if she's up for conversation. So if she's not yet, then I will wait longer.
Yeah. Still not yet tonight.
Okay.
But she definitely doesn't look as intense.
Yeah, maybe one more day then. Maybe 2, we'll see.
I think Thomas cheered her up a little bit.
I'll look over and be like, oh look, Cosmo wants to talk. Hey, Cosmo. Look on.
Alright, okay. Now, go like that. And you will now move, so following on the coastline.
We moved 5 feet
Yep,
today.
5 feet.
Ew, this is gonna be great.
And next step.
Alright,
Once we discover the waypoint, we can fast travel. It'll be really nice.
yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so as third day goes, the storm is still persisting. It is an intense, heavy rain. And as it did not rain like hardly at all from only very slightly from your time in Driftin', it seems that this was a bit overdue.
Not fun for travel, but still overdue.
Fitting for leaving home.
Who is driving?
Usually Artavan, but
Cosmo can take a turn.
yeah.
Okay,
When it's like a little bit of lighter rain, Wayne would occasionally want to ride on the roof because he enjoys the rain. But when it's like really heavy, he'd be on the inside.
yeah. So as cart is pushing along, Sean or Nikki, roll a dice smaller than a d20.
I have a one on a D6.
1 on a d6. Alrighty.
Missed opportunity. You could have rolled a 5. How dare.
I could have, but I didn't want to spoil it already. Yeah. Don't want to have all the fun encounters immediately. Because that day we did nothing, that was the best.
Right.
So you're trudging through this this area as you're seeing pillars of steam rising out of this lake a little bit. The little steam geysers bubbling up the water. And as you're moving around it, a fog starts to roll in. Just a very subtle fog, not as keeping very low to the ground, so not really obscuring your vision an insane amount. But as you're going around, I need somebody to make a perception check for me.
Oh I don't know, it's raining, my owl's not flying. What are we talking about?
Cosmo, you're driving, so...
Yeah, we'll have Cosmo do it.
Oh boy. Okay. Ooh, perception.
I spot with my little eye.
4. I don't spot with my one eye. Everything interesting happening is on the left side. So I bet Artaban would still be
If
out
it's-
there.
Right. If it's a lighter rain, I'd be up
Yeah,
top, but
he's
if it's
usually
heavy, then
outside.
I'd be in there.
It's pretty rare actually. The Artavan I think is inside.
Yeah,
When
same with Cosmo.
he's pretty drenched 24/7. And then it
Same.
comes in. It takes it's a process of prestidigitation with his fur and everything. But yeah, he is out there. But yeah, 4 is gonna be great. I believe in the 4.
Oh, right. So, that... So, you notice these, little divots in the sand, these, puddles that are starting to form, little divots in the sand. And more so than at any point in your time in Driftin, you start to get the heavy smell of sulfur.
Sorry.
And then as you kind of coming from a bit of the fog, you see a figure walking the coastline. Seems to be wearing a raincoat. This dark figure, and as you get closer, he kind of goes and waves you down.
Cosmo will glance at Artaban, see what he thinks.
Is there is it pretty flat around us still, or
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
it'd be nearly impossible to hide like 20 other people around him?
Yeah. However, you would have actually make an intelligence check, both of you,
Oh dear.
or wisdom, your guys' choice.
Wisdom is not my strong suit. I'll go with intelligence.
One second. All right, to a -1 or a 0. Awesome.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice.
14, 20.
Alrighty. So, that is high enough. It wasn't terribly high DC. There's something off, because if he's right there, with how flat and open it is, you would have seen him sooner.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wave at him, but not in like a, hey, we're coming over, but it's like, hail, traveler. It's
Yeah.
And
moving forward for now. See if he reacts.
with
in any
that,
certain
he
way.
kind of goes and he'll kind of stop his path and kind of start moving a bit to the side as to put himself in front of you. He's like, "Hello there."
Hello.
And are you gonna stop? How far away from you, or stopping and things like that?
I don't know, what would Cosmo do?
Oh yeah, Cosmo, you're driving.
Yeah, she's driving. She's severely uncomfortable by this. She does not know exactly what to do, so she's just gonna keep going. See if yeah, try to like go around maybe.
Hail, traveler.
Hello, could I get a bit of help?
What about? What for?
Well, I'll just need you. Yeah, come over here. I need help with something right here by the shoreline.
Really? What do you need help with?
Fishing.
Well, we did just come across a fishing rod, and I think that's not what you're asking for, is it?
Yes.
Right, I kind of gave that to him, didn't I? You guys would have definitely like hear us talking to this random stranger.
Poke my head out.
Wayne, make a perception check.
We're equipped. We're not like these. We're not easy pickings. If it is something scary, like he's.
That is a 10.
Seem formidable.
10. It's hard to make things out beyond in your immediate surroundings.
Just fog and then a man.
Yeah.
What does he look
the
like?
The fog is like around his ankles.
Oh, okay.
What
does he look like?
His face is kind of hidden. He's wearing this hefty raincoat. You see the makings of a beard, but he's got his like hood down, keeping most of his face hidden.
Well, go on. Be specific. Don't want to jump into something blindly.
I just need help.
You know, that's the least specific way you could ask for help.
Would you help
All
me?
right.
Can I mage armor myself?
Yes,
I'm
you can.
suspicious.
I think seeing Wayne, Mage Armor, Amelia's
Activate
like,
it.
whoop, instinctively.
Nope. It is on.
Well, sorry, friend. I think if you aren't going to be, more specific in what you need help with, then you're probably going to have to wait for the next bundle of people to come by. If it's just fishing, it doesn't sound all that, urgent.
Can I do an insight check on him?
You certainly can.
Cosmo's knuckles are
That is a
very
19.
light.
19. This is
Definitely
something.
letting my hammer be seen.
This is something. As you study it, this is a facade, but not in the way that you'd expect. This is something trying to present itself as human,
What are you?
Will you help me?
He's not human, I don't think.
As you say that,
Oh, is he an elf?
as you say that, this whole form turns this white, and that smell of sulfur just completely attacks you as his
Thank
whole
you.
form turns white
Oh yeah.
and dissolves into this ooze.
I know what this is.
No one light a match.
I know what this is.
As Wayne and or Amelia make a Arcana check for me.
That is a 21.
21. Wayne, you would recognize this as an adult Oblex.
Ah, I don't know what that is, but Wayne does, and he doesn't like that.
It is an ooze that eats people, absorbs their memories, and then pretends to be them.
Ah.
As you see,
It wants to eat us! Kill it!
as you see another one emerge from the water, and then two
Ugh.
form from underneath the gravel.
Oh no! Cosmo, we can go.
Yeah, she's snapping those reins.
Good thing you circled around him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, they respawned in front of us again.
I move
Oh, like I
this.
said, he was like moving to stay
Right,
ahead of
but
you.
we were going around him once we got to him.
Then you would all be like right here.
Yep.
Yeah, see, he's still there. Like, he's like, nope.
Yep, we're running.
Oh, you can see
Yeah,
like
let's
a
just
face.
shoot these things as we go.
Zoom in
Into
close
high
on
gear.
it.
Yep, as you
Yeah.
see just a myriad of faces in the
I've
ooze.
seen these before.
Are they as big as a man? Like, is
Oh,
it
yeah,
still in
yeah.
like man shape?
Mhm.
Is it?
No,
Or
no,
is it
no,
just like
they went to amorphous, but it's a medium creature.
Yeah,
Right.
isn't this the one that a child made? Like a child came up with?
I don't know.
I recalled a story of a child making up a creature like this, and you can only tell that they're not people because of this slight smell of sulfur.
Maybe
Right.
they just had some eggs for breakfast.
But I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh no, we're running! No, we're running.
Yeah, we can keep
no.
running. We're just gonna be shooting these things away, I think, as we go.
No. 11. That wasn't good.
I rolled really low.
I realize I never updated your guys' characters.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
so we're
you
still
can do
level
that
6.
again, I
Yeah, you're
guess.
still level 6, yeah. So let's... Whoops. Whoop.
It's dark in here.
So I will have to we'll re-roll all the initiative once I get it all updated. Oh man, there's so many things I have to flip and like keep track of that it gets absolutely insane. Like so many here. I'll go to this this
I think
view
it's
while
fun.
I'm doing it. Yeah, so many things I have to keep track of that it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing I have to do.
Ugh, Ooblex. Isn't that like a 90s slime toy?
I am curious though. How are so Cosmo? You're just gonna hit the reins?
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Go, Butte. Run faster than you've been running.
Thanks.
So many things.
Oobleck, that's what it was called.
The
slime for
non-Newtonian
kids.
fluid?
Yeah. Oobleck, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear Oobleck, I think of the Ruby character, Professor Oobleck, or Dr. Oobleck.
Oobleck, non-Newtonian fluid. And I would be on this side, on the window. Because I was poking my head out looking at this one.
Alright, last one to import.
And when you get to it, I think BB still has like little symbols on him. I don't know if it matters because he's an NPC right now, so.
Right. Oh, he's got 2 levels of exhaustion.
Oh wait, I have to right click it.
He's dead.
He's so exhausted.
Alright, there we go. Now everybody's imported. Okay, roll initiative again.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah! 21
Yeah!
this time! Woo!
All the dice.
I love how the... Oh, never mind.
You know what? I gave you all my luck because I had a 19 last time and now I'm into 9. So I just gave you everything to you, Cosmo.
Yeah. Same here.
Alright.
Hey, if anyone should be at top of initiative, it's definitely the one with the reins.
Top of the round. Cosmo, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's spurring Butte forward. She...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think with that, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Oh
That's what I
no.
thought.
Oh no. Nat 20!
Oh!
And that'll take us out of
Right.
combat. There we go.
So you all get to move 40 feet ahead, so I'll just move them 40 feet back. There we go. So as you start plowing ahead, Butte just starts charging forward as you see this thing just like it tries to reach out with a pseudopod as you go past.
Ew. So nasty. So gross.
As as you go past, it reaches out but doesn't quite land. Right, doing anything else?
No, that's all she's focusing on.
Okay.
Get
Wayne,
out.
you're up next.
All right, so he is going to move to the back here, and then he is basically, you should kind of hear him like shout out to Bahamut. He's like, Bahamut, please protect us. As he does that, he unintentionally, you see some light gather around him, as all of a sudden you see these little spectral dragons start floating around Wayne, and then they proceed to expand out past the cart, and there's now a 15-foot ring as he has cast Spirit Guardians on himself. And all creatures I can see, so everyone in the cart and including Butte, because I have my head out the window, are unaffected.
Wow.
We go like this. We go here. So we're at,
Oh,
Whoa!
that's awesome.
That is awesome. Whoa.
All right. Okay, is that your go?
yes.
All right. So as you see these lights going around, this like
Specifically, little flying dragons flying around.
and with that, Their movement speed is only 20. DC Wisdom.
That is a
That is
fail.
failure.
So that is a.
Oh,
Wait, it did both. It did both. I don't know why it did that. Give me a sec. It was not supposed to be that much. It did the 3d8 for radiant and 3d8 necrotic. It's
I was
supposed
like,
to.
I don't remember
Oh.
it being that strong.
Wait, yeah, there's a
If
drop
you-
down.
The drop down tells you. So it's
Okay.
15 radiant.
15
Or,
radiant.
yeah,
Okay.
6 necrotic.
Let me just see.
That's still really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
it didn't-
I was like, wait, that was way too much. Also, his speed is now halved.
Yep. And he's gonna dash and can't go anywhere because his speed is halved. All right. The other Oblex is gonna dash. Amelia, it is your turn.
All right. Well, let me just see what this template is. Ah, they're not very close. Okay, we don't gotta do that, so just ignore what I clicked. I just wanted to see if they were in the same area. I then instead am going to use Melia will like pull back her sleeve. And on her ring finger is the ring of the ram that we got.
Oh.
And there's one that I think I can just shove it, right? That's one of the things. I'm trying to remember.
believe so. Ring of the Ram. Let's see. Has 3 charges. It gains 1d3 at dawn. You spend 1 to 3 of its charges to make a ranged spell attack. One creature you can see within 60 feet of you. Ring produces a special ram's head. Roll with a +7 bonus on a hit. Each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet. So it does both.
Okay, I'm going to use 2 charges on the one that's closest to us.
All right.
So it's a +7 to hit. I think I
+7
clicked
to
this,
hit.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, but I just have to roll because it's not popping up. That's okay.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah.
+7. Roll. Oh, I think that will hit.
Oh yeah.
22.
Two.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 4d10, and he gets pushed back
Yep.
10 feet, right? Because it's doubled that
5 feet per charge. Yes, I believe. Yeah.
too. Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh.
22 damage,
22
And he
force
gets-
damage.
force.
10 feet back.
Let's
Yes!
see.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Just want to see if he had any resistances or anything. as this thing like disperses and then reforms.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to telekinetically shove him.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see how good he is. He fails.
5
It's
feet.
another 5 feet.
All right.
And that's all I can do.
Okay. Up next is this guy who's just gonna dash.
The
Artavan,
dashing
it is
so
your
far.
turn.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are ya?
I am going to encourage Butte the Brute to go faster, maybe even use his dash. And I'm going to give Cosmo or Butte, I'm going to use the help action to help with the moving of the cart faster.
Okay. Sounds good.
Nice.
That's my
Up
turn.
next is this guy. Up next is VV. Let's see, what spells would VV use?
Can he
What's-
do the hypnotic pattern? Because that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Although,
not
does
a-
it work on
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't read
humanoids,
it.
creatures?
Oh, they're. We'll have him.
You can do it on the 3.
Yep.
It says
yep.
creatures,
Yeah.
so it should work on them, yeah. Well, I guess unless they can't be
Oh.
charmed, but we don't know that yet. We'll find out.
No!
Natural 1.
Oh,
I thought-
oh,
that was
I
good,
thought that
that's
was
good.
Vivi.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
thought that was Vivi. Okay.
They are immune to charm, unfortunately.
Ah.
That's all right. That's all
So
right.
you
it was
see
worth a
Vivi
shot.
reach. You see Vivi pull out the violin and then the bright colors swirl around them with like the musical notes swirling around, but it has no effect.
Ugh.
Right, and then Brew is basically moving on Cosmo's turn. So Cosmo,
Yes, I'm going to make another animal check to make him go keep
with
going.
advantage,
With advantage! Yay!
because he got the help action from Artaban.
That is an 18!
18. With that, you hit the reins, and it goes another. You go another 40 feet down. And so it's moving them easier to move them back.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're running
not
in
moving.
place. we're running in place.
And so with that, you are able to keep a consistent distance from them until they finally slow and stop giving chase and disappear behind.
Queen Amelia, you want to explain to us, physical, like fighter folk?
Wayne is kind of like mesmerized by these little dragons right now.
Oh, they're just a bunch of oblexes. Just
Cool.
creatures that take on the forms of others by eating them. So it's probably a very good idea we got out of there. Actually, we won't worry about it. We got out of there, we're good.
I'm like, you want to mute? I'm like swapping at these dragons. I mean, is this are these yours, Wayne?
I think so. And it's mostly like prismatic and golden dragons. Like it's like a white thing, but they're partially see-through. Like they're obviously like little spirits kind of a thing. But like little flapping dragons are just kind of going around and swirling around you. And doing
Occasionally,
different things.
like I'm like up there, and one like flies like right in my face. Oh,
Yeah.
swapping around a little bit because I'm like right around
Flies
the wind.
through you.
Yeah, like okay, this is weird.
I've never seen one of these before.
There has to be one that's like a little derpy. Like its eyes are like, facing opposite directions or something.
Yeah, and one wing is slightly smaller, so it flaps more. I like
Oh my
him.
gosh, yes.
There's like one that just sits in front of someone and just stares at them. Just a random little dragon. It doesn't go with the rest, just stares.
one has a Nemo wing, slightly smaller wing on one side.
But the concentration lasts 10 minutes, so I'm gonna let it sit there for the whole 10 minutes.
Right.
Good work, Cosmo. Getting us out there. And good work, everyone. Keeping him off. That was fun.
These are so neat.
Do it again. Be great. Anybody hungry?
So,
Yeah, we all just slowly go
as-
back to what we were doing.
Yep. As that goes, that strange experience now behind you. You set on to finally finding a place to stop. To rest for the night.
Mhm.
And
Probably a little bit of ways off the shore this time.
a little bit further away.
A little bit further away.
We only went a half a mile down the road. No, it's kidding.
We don't want to be that close to the water.
So, as night falls and you get the rest you need, far away, Far to the north, braziers burn. Smoke rises into the air. You see the man from the memory, the orc, with the broken mountain breaker's axe at his side, overlooking a field of soldiers. To his side, a devil, black-horned, familiar as well. The ex-patron of Belton Free Hollow. Seems you bought out the mortician's entire stockpile. Yes, he said it was well over 60 years of procuring this many bodies. I can't wait to see how this plays out, Mr. Egharod. But I do warn you, as per our contract, I am merely an advisor, not a combatant. I do enjoy watching the show, though. I won't need your help. As the devil turns and looks directly at you. I think you'll be in for a surprise, Mr. Egharod, as a crooked smile crosses her face. And Amelia, you wake up from this vision. And that is where we are going to end it today.
Excuse me, Amelia.
She's a
Hey,
spy.
I'm a sleeper agent, you guys.
Blueberry
You're gonna
pie.
wake up and you're like all dead.
I beat you to it,
Kill you
Andrew.
right now.
Dang it.
All right.
That'd be a fun character concept to play. Oh my goodness.
All right, so
Write that down, write that down.
thank you all, everybody, for tuning in. Once again, this was pre-recorded, so that Saturday for us right here. You guys are going to be watching it on Sunday, so that's why you won't be seeing the chat down there, or the alert box, or anything like that. We'll probably ourselves be in chat if you have questions and stuff. We'll be trying to pay attention to that. So I know usually at least Andrew is on there to at least respond to the chat, and I'll try to be on as well. But yeah, so we will see. Well, you will see us tomorrow. But as always,
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Day of Daddy.
No.
Okay, we can edit that, right? We can
Yeah.
edit that out.
clip that.
We'll
And
put
then
little hearts
immediately
falling
stop.
from him. That's how I'm
And,
going to edit that.
Just a reminder, if you are so inclined, you are more than welcome to support us on Patreon. You get some really cool benefits for that. Even if you don't, just you watching is more than enough for us. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. And let us go ahead and thank our patron at the Paragon tier. So let me roll that D6. Like that.
Thank you. I'm getting ready.
Cosmo, could you
Oh, boy.
please thank our patron here.
Hello, I'm Cosmo. Thank you
I'm
very
convinced.
much, D4 fan. I will go back to my emotional turmoil now.
What was that, Colin? You want to talk now?
Nothing.
She's talking in her sleep.
You want to have a chat with Amelia? Let's do it.
Once again, thank you everybody, and have a fantastic night and a fantastic Father's Day. Give your father a hug if he deserves it, and and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.